King's Muay Thai inside Combat Sports Center, Salem. We're going to go over some clinch repositions today. Not necessarily clinch counters, they're repositions because most of them are going to leave me somewhere different inside the clinch. Okay, so all of these are essentially off of this reaction. You've got high control of the palm of my head. He's got me tucked under. First thing I need to do is get my hips under me. Okay? I don't want to sit out here where I can hit with knees or anything like that. So I'm going to come in. At this point, you can go single or double hand. If you're going to go single, I recommend your strong hand. We're going to push on chin, nose, forehead, whatever it is. If his head is tucked, we'll start with the forehead. We'll work it down to the nose. We'll get it down to the chin, and we're going to extend it. If we need to go two hands, that's fine. You pop one, then two, press him over the top. What this gives us is now the ability to, for one, get better posture, keeps him out of control, and now I can pick which hand I want to go and potentially clear into something like a head and arm. Again, it's not a clinch counter, and I'm not exiting the clinch. I'm just coming, right, I'm in here, I'm pressing it out. I've gotten to a new spot within the clinch, or if we want to keep on theme of our inside, all right, we can step it around that way. Okay? So that's our single or double hand face smash. And now the rest of these all set up very well off of this. Some of them you need a straighter arm for than the other ones. So there's, I think, 8 of them. So if you can flow between all 8, one of them is going to work for you. Okay, so our next one, one up, one down. Just like it says in the name, one arm's going to go up, one arm's going to go down. Where people run into trouble is they only focus on the up and they don't focus on the down. And what I really want is to change and get as much space as I can there. So again, if I don't have the arms straight or anywhere close to it, press it up, that's fine. Even if I'm in here, all right, we're going to work the single or double hand press, whichever one it is that you want, and we're going to drop it right down to the elbows from there. So we're going to go one up, one down, just like that. Pop the hands up, pop them down, doesn't matter which one goes up, which one goes down. I just need a big motion up, okay? Now our next one, one forward, one back. Most of these are just the hands going in different directions. So when I work this one, again, we're starting here so we don't get elbowed. I like to kind of bring the forearm, even if I got big gloves on, and bring it right over into the forearm, to the bicep there. So that when I work my forward, I can use that bone to try to press in, and then there's one coming back with me from here. So you can do it on the double bicep right here, one forward, one back. That's going to create enough space to swim an arm through. When I get this one, I want to try to keep control. I'm not going to be able to hold his arm forever, but between my shoulder and my neck and my chin, I can at least delay his ability to tuck that elbow to block my grip, right? If I just leave it out here, you can pull it right down. We go one back and forward, and I leave space here. As soon as I go to fish under, he's going to tuck that arm. Right? So when I work my one forward, one back, keep control over here with the shoulder, head area, just long enough to get in here, and then we can reposition into something else. If we don't want to go off of the bicep, right, you're going to have to turn your hand or your glove over the top, get control of that collarbone, and it's the same thing, one forward, one back. It may or may not break your grip. That's not necessarily what we're after, right? I just need the space. So if I get here, not that space, that's what I was after. If it does break your grip, that's great. That'll give you even more space. Now we can even maybe pop an elbow up on our way out or our way in. You can elbow from there. So if you break your grip, that's good, but it's the space that we're after. So if we come over the top, no grip is broken, and we come in that way, that will work as well. All right, so our next one. So again, I gotta get some space in here. So if he's got me in here, or if he's got me down here, we start back at the beginning, hips are going in, single arm is pressing, whichever one you want. Now, if you're going to use your dominant hand for this, you're going to have to work the press with your non-dominant to start, because I need my free hand over the top. It's going to swim right through. Okay, underneath there, I want to try to get my elbow onto his bicep right on top. So if I go the other way, I want elbow to bicep. So when I dig this elbow down and bring this hand up, I'm going to get the biggest reaction out of his shoulders that I can manage to get, right? So I swim it through here, drop it down. That time it actually broke his grip. It may or may not break their grip. But again, what we're after is creating space to bring this hand through. So if you get very shallow in here and you turn your grip, you might end up going underneath your arm. If you come in here by the armpit and you get your shoulders turned, you're going to come over the top of your arm. It's wherever that space is made. That's all that matters. That's what we're after, is repositioning into something better within the clinch. All right, our next one, we're going to try to tuck his elbow into his body. We got a couple ways to do that. Now the first one, if he's slick with his defense and I go to fake that arm in, he's going to tuck it for me by itself. And from that point, I'm just coming over the top with whatever I can grab. Remember, we're trying to reposition something better than this. Okay? If he doesn't bite on that one, I can force it in myself. All right, I got my hands here. I'm going to tuck it in up to the elbow and smear right over the top. Don't stress your grip or what you grab. We're just trying to grab as much as possible. Get something similar to a head and arm. If we can get up here, that's great. If the best you can get is down by your fingers, even with your big gloves, remember we can't intertwine. But if that's the best you got, grab what you can and squeeze onto it, okay? Our third way of tucking that elbow is our shoulder. We're gonna shrug. I'm not shrugging through this way because I need this arm to be able to come around for the sweep. So I'm tucking that shoulder like I'm engaging my plane wing. As soon as that elbow tucks, it's coming over the top, and stepping forward, and we're back into our sweep. Alright, so from the other side, tuck it in, engage my wing, I'm over the top, and shoot forward with that foot, bring them right over the top. Alright, our next one. It's one of the few where they go the same direction. It's two up, right? So when you're working these with your partners, we're gonna hyperextend our elbows. That's our goal. So the more you fight it, the more this is gonna potentially hurt, right? So again, from here, I might have to work my two. I'm gonna try quickly, pop it under. I wanna go two up. What this gives me the ability to do is now we're right here where I can either choose to step in to my head inside, or I can pop it all the way over and go with my head on the outside. All up to you once you pick, or what side you pick once you decide to go two up. If I don't need to use the smear, that's fine. You can start here. We're controlling these things. Over the top, I'm just going to rotate it under. Okay, I want to get my palms, even with my big gloves, open them up. Palms underneath. Two of them up, and then you can go wherever you want from there. If you want to break from clinch, which probably makes this my least favorite because there's a likelihood that you're going to lose the clinch from it, and we want to reposition to something better, not break the clinch completely. Okay? But we got that option. Push it out, whatever we need to do. If we got to get to one first, and then rock the second one, and then when we're ready, pop the two up. That part really doesn't matter. That's all up to you and what you want to do. We're going to go one arm frame. Now, as a small person with short arms, this one doesn't work that well for me because what I end up doing is creating less space through here. So I have to really plan for this and get my arm to the inside and then work right over the top, because what I want is to turn those shoulders, hopefully drop the grip. You can even see here with my smaller arms, if I go on this side and I turn it, I'm almost forcing his elbows together, which is taking away what I want to do by swinging my hand in. So at that point, I might as well just come back over and get some kind of head and arm or something like that. All right, so over the top if possible. We're just going a single arm frame. We're gonna lift one up, drop the elbow in the other one. Hopefully that gives us a good gap right there. Thread the arm through. Same thing with that last one. Anytime I got one arm left and I can trap it with my cheek, that'll help me get the ability to come up here.